Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Product Management View webinar series. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode. To submit questions, please use the chat feature located on the lower left side of your screen. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded Wednesday, December 9, 2009. I would now like to turn the conference over to Mr. Val Workman. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Susan. To those participating through ReadyTalk, Twitter, and those who will be reviewing this webinar in the podcast or flash presentation later, hello. I'd like to welcome you to this new session of the Product Management View series. I'm Val Workman from Ryma Technology Solutions, one of the sponsors of this webinar. If you'd like to present in this webinar series or propose a topic by sending me an email at workmanv@rymatech.com. The PMV is all about distributing and sharing experiences of its members within our product management community. Today, the PMV is the world's largest free repository of product management recordings. And I'd like to thank ReadyTalk for their generous support of this community effort, and welcome Holly from ReadyTalk, who continues to support our efforts week after week. She's like our unsung hero, and she'd certainly like any feedback you can provide to her. This webinar is also sponsored by the LinkedIn Problem Definition Club, which is an open community of practice for folks interested in improving the practices of problem definition, problem statement validation by product managers. And we'd like to encourage your participation to pitch in when you can. I'll be your moderator today, and it's my pleasure to welcome Craig Gygi, who will be presenting product innovation through powerful problem statements. Now, Craig is the lead author of Six Sigma for Dummies. And in case you guys feel like you're out there in a vacuum sometimes, I wanted to point out that this book has already sold more than 100,000 copies, along with the Six Sigma Workbook for Dummies. And you may not have thought that Six Sigma is a tool for product management in the past, but maybe after the webinar today, you might be surprised. For those of you who are using Twitter, you can follow and add additional conversations and questions using the Twitter hashtag #PMV. During this webinar and continue the conversations after this webinar. I'd encourage you to make comments and ask additional questions on this blog post. I'll also be collecting questions throughout the presentation to address during the question and answer session at the end of the webinar. Please feel free to send in your questions and comments to me in the chat section as mentioned in the lower left corner of ReadyTalk's interface, and we'll try to respond to them. I'm going to pass the control over now to Craig, and he's going to kick off our today's presentation. Go ahead, Craig.
Thank you, Val. Good day to everyone. I'm excited to talk about problem statements today. The world of Six Sigma almost revolves around problem statements, and I think often they're not used and utilized in product management as often as they could be. So today, hopefully, we can go through and highlight a couple of interesting points that Six Sigma has come up with in using problem statements, and hopefully they'll have value for you in your product management. So let's get started. I think everyone would agree that successful product development and product management requires innovation and creativity. I don't think anybody doubts that. That's just a basic fact. And for a long time now, many people have promoted problem statements as a way of managing that path of innovation and making it more successful. I believe everyone has heard about problem statements in some form or another. But there are concerns. People do hesitate when they hear about problem statements. One of those concerns is that people see problem statements as limiting the boundaries of their solutions. They feel that they won't be able to surprise or delight the customer because they're boxed in by the confines of a problem statement. Another concern that I often hear people talk about is that they feel that the work they do, the management work or the innovative work or the development work they do, isn't subject to the rules of problem statements. They feel like what they do is an art, that what they do can't be measured, that they're uniquely unique. I hear that all the time. And you probably do as well. But let me go over what we're going to cover today and see how we're going to address some of those concerns.